live coverage.
That's a flatback
Storm that happened. That's up on our YouTube channel right now too.
Got it.
Ready?
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead.
What's up, guys? Here we are, the Jacob Leslie Show. We got BJ Morales, co-host and producer over here. We got a couple guest hosts right here. We got Zeke Leslie. We got Ken Boswell.
Look at the mic, Ken.
Yeah.
I can't see your face. You gotta let me see it.
There you go. Yeah.
Hello.
Say hello to the crowd. Yeah. Look, if there was ever a specimen to be named Ken, this is it right here, folks.
Did your mom and dad know that you were gonna look like that when you were born?
Did they know you were going to look like a Hitler Youth?
They hoped that I would. No one can know the future, but they did have expectations.
All right, so check it out. There's kind of a big thing that's going down today, and that was the Wikileaks Vault 7. They released all the CIA documents. I think it's like 7,000 or 8,000 pages of this stuff that pretty much. So
I don't know a lot about it. Maybe you can lead into it, because here's the deal. I know there's a lot of crazy shit going on. Of course, the CIA's been up to some shit for a long time, but why don't you go ahead and enlighten us, because I know you're really into this. And
well, yeah, anybody who knows me knows it's kind of right up my alley. And,
yes.
Just the type of stuff that I love. So Edward Snowden dropped a bomb on everybody whenever he did the NSA leaks. And that was pretty much like, hey, they're spying on you. And then the government's comeback was, well, they've got to go through a FISA court. Or they've got to go through like a class 3 or something like that. Or
they can't just do it openly.
They can't just openly do it. So they say they can't just openly do it. But until that point, it was a big government secret. But these things, the CIA and NSA and all that stuff goes back, Bush, Clinton, Obama, all these guys.
Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah, everybody knew this stuff was going down, right? Even though Honest Abe, he knew he had secrets too. But so the CIA, the WikiLeaks, everybody's going on. What it basically boils down to, and one of the key points that I noticed is that the CIA is doing this, and they're operating completely just anonymous. They don't have any check or balance. There is no FISA court that says you can't spy on these guys. You can spy on these guys. Basically, what they set up was just all these different hacking tools. It's just a big plethora of hacking tools that they can just use at their whim. So whenever you hear like adware, spyware, malware, or like viruses and Trojans and all that stuff, this is the stuff that they're utilizing.
You're saying the CIA is using malware?
They're using
into my computer?
all of it.
I see malware. I know malware. I see it all the
You
time.
mean
on my
hacking
computer.
tools
It pops
like
up every
pickaxes?
time I turn my computer on.
Right. Yeah. So all these things.
Oh,
So
shit.
they've actually set up a system where they can actually embed data into photographs. They set up a system with Samsung smart TVs.
That's fucking hilarious. That's fucking hilarious.
That bitch gave me the wrong
She
number.
gave him the fake number.
Hey, we're going on our way home. We're going to go back to that restaurant, order some more chicken, and call her out on this.
Yeah, it's got to be done.
You're supposed to always call it that number when they're right there.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not
You
hip
dropped
to
it.
the,
Spelled
I'm
her
not
name
hip
wrong.
to the game. I didn't know.
Hey, so let me ask you this, and I don't want to get you too off topic, but do you think they're just doing this on their own free will, or do you think this is one of those deals where there's been a bill introduced to Congress and it's 9,000 pages long, and somewhere in the back of that bill and somewhere that nobody wants to read, we've granted them permission to do this?
My assumption would be that none of that's happened at all. My assumption is that they've just enlisted all these hackers and different, they've just studied all these different hacker techniques, and basically what they've done is just build all this spyware and stuff. Because one of the key things that they're really going on about, and one of the things that Julian Assange at WikiLeaks and everything said, was that they've lost control of it all. So they've built all these tools and everything, and now these tools are just out in the open and they're just roaming everywhere. But the problem isn't the tools, like people actually getting the software and being able to use it. The problem is that the exploits and all this stuff are already on your phones. They're on your TVs. Samsung smart TVs with the built-in microphones, they deliberately set up a dummy off switch. So when you think the TV's off, it's not actually off, and the microphones are still running. I'm sure they do it with the Xboxes. I'm sure they do it with the PlayStations. I'm sure they do it with all this stuff. To pick on that for just a second, let me show you guys something here real quick. Take a look at that image right there.
Is that a phone?
That is my phone on my nightstand and my wife on top of me.
Oh yeah.
Why is she fully dressed?
I know.
Photoshop.
She made me blur the picture too.
Did you find that online or?
Hilarious.
No. I just took it
You
when I
just
went
hacked
home.
yourself?
I set
So
my phone on the table next to me, and I used the keyword, to take the picture, and all I said was
You used-
cheese, and it snapped the picture.
Is cheese a safe word?
Yeah. No, that's such a weak.
I make
word.
mine 3 syllables.
To make that, you said the word cheese out loud, and that's what made the phone take the picture.
Yes.
Yeah, you can even set
That's
your
neat.
you can set
So-
your phone to do that. as well.
Really?
Did
Yeah,
she
yeah.
question it whenever you said cheese and you guys were like,
She thought I was giving her a hug.
She was just
and I was
like-
like, no, lean
She
back.
was just like, that's
No,
not
lean
the
back.
same word.
that's your hug word?
This is the thing, though. I mean,
Cheese
check it
man.
out. Okay, so this is on the nightstand next to us, and this one.
Is in the restaurant.
Now look. This one's her just sitting next to me, right? Or this is on the bed next to us. God dang it!
It was like Ken.
She's just the phone's just laying on the bed
Never
next
mind.
to me. She was feeding my daughter a banana.
I was gonna say, is that a banana?
Yeah. So that's
Enough with the monkey business, BJ.
So check. This is really what I mean.
Well, but here's the deal though. So let me just say this. So from you giving your phone a command that you've programmed it to recognize to them hacking in and doing it is a big difference.
But when they built it, they programmed to recognize commands that they're
The
going to
exploits
send
are all
whenever
right.
the fuck they want.
Right.
to.
No, I get that. I know what you're saying.
Their
I
programs
totally
are
get it.
pre-built in.
It's not only voice commands.
Well,
though.
and people have been saying this stuff's possible forever.
right now it's for real.
I think our government
So
even
what
said
do
it's
you
possible.
think?
They said they record everything we've got.
Yeah.
It's a fact. So like,
Well, that's
gotta,
Yeah. Patriot Act,
shock to
bro.
me. I thought everyone knew.
they said they could, but they have to go through FISA courts and they have to have all these
No,
leads.
it is all recorded, but they can only look
at
it
right.
if they get warrants. But it's
what
always
they-
all recorded.
So that's what they called
and
metadata.
they can get a warrant for anything they want. So.
Now here's another thing. Yeah, okay, so this is something that I did whenever I figured out how to get into Google metadata. I tailed my wife for 2 weeks.
Tailed or told?
I tailed her.
Oh, tail.
I tailed her
Through
on a
the
daily
web?
basis. Through her Google through her Gmail account.
you need a drone.
Gotcha.
On my phone. I just told her metadata, and from the moment she woke up to the moment she went to sleep, I could plug into her phone. I knew what she was looking for. I knew what bills she was looking for. I knew what website she was visiting. I knew what she was doing with the kids. She was looking up scavenger hunts.
Now,
she was
how
looking
did
up
you
all
do
of this
all
stuff.
that?
It's a feature of Google. I mean, this is the metadata that's inside of your Google right here. Tracking locations. Every time you use the microphone in Google, it automatically records that audio. I can go in any one of y'all's Google accounts right now, and if you've ever used the Google button like to search for something,
So if that's available to the public, what's not available?
Well,
to the
What's
public?
not
and,
available
And
there.
here's the
Yeah,
deal: when
exactly.
you go and set up a Google account to use Google search engine, you click that little button that says "I acknowledge and I agree
Oh,
to
yeah.
terms of service,"
And
That's
who the
it.
Who the hell
and
reads
you're
that?
giving them permission to do that.
You guys don't read all your terms of service?
Nah.
I think-
yeah, that's the way I
I
decide
think-
whether I'm going to use a photo
I
editor.
believe South Park
Right.
made a very valid episode on reading the
Yeah.
Apple accounts on. Anyways,
Yeah.
y'all have seen that. It's like episode 101 or something.
Did
So
you
what-
you recited episodes from South Park?
Yeah.
That's
But they're
fucking
wrong.
sweet.
So so I have a question for you.
Yeah.
So what's next? Do you think where's the deniability come in at?
So the NSA eventually just had to be like, yeah. I don't think the CIA
What
is
about
going
now?
to be any
What
different.
about? I mean, they even have a chance to rebuttal what was released today.
So
So-
I have no idea where they're at right now on it. I'm still combing through all this data and stuff like that. So from what I found so far is that there aren't any FISA courts links or anything like that. So they're pretty much running just roughshod. The big thing is that this is available not to the CIA. This isn't a thing where we have to worry about the NSA plugging into our phones anymore. This is a thing where the CIA has lost control of all of this stuff, and now anybody with a computer, anybody with a
Lost control or gave it away.
who knows? Who knows? You know what I mean? So all these different hackers all over the world have all these exploits, and all these exploits
Right.
are already in the software, and they know how to use them, and they
Yeah,
can go
that's
in
the
here.
thing. Is that I wouldn't say that they didn't know what they were getting into because they have the top computer experts, to be able to set this stuff up and know how to run it.
I saw an article where they said that they had hacker universities that were where they just trained trained hackers, their own little personal hackers and stuff like that. So check this out. This is another interesting point. The CIA has a history of this stuff. In the 1960s, they spent $10 million on Operation Acoustic Kitty.
Really?
Is that the special note that when you play it on a guitar, it makes the kittens explode?
No, did they do that?
That is a note. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a note.
Is it the C note?
well,
for cat?
Only the CIA knows.
It's more like a K note.
This was called Acoustic Kitty. It was called Acoustic Kitty, and they cut open a cat and embedded it with microphones. They spent $10 million on this project in the 1960s. This is how long the CIA's been into.
Did the
just
cat
spyware.
survive? You mean put microphones inside of a live cat, or they killed it?
I
and
can't
just had
imagine.
microphones
And
So in the
Hold
1960s,
on, hold on. I want to wrap my head around this. So you're asking, did they do taxidermy on this cat and present it to somebody? Like, here's this stuffed cat.
A stuffed cat.
They were like, hey, Fidel Castro,
Yeah.
as a sign of good faith, we'd like to give you this stuffed cat.
It's like
On
a
it-
Trojan
Make
cat.
sure you place it in your office.
I'll be honest with you, didn't go that deep. I thought they killed a dead cat, put microphones in it, then just left it on the ground.
Wow.
And that's why I asked the question,
Why?
is this real? Because
It
this
would-
is so stupid. But evidently...
so it would
That's
appear
gay.
to me to be
That's
that
what I
in the
thought.
1960s, the technology available would only allow them like to implant the cat with some kind of microphones, and they said it with like microphones in its tail. And this, I'm
Wow.
guessing they had like a live cat that they tried to embed with microphones that would run around the neighborhood and spy on people. Or I don't know if they were kidnapping people's
so
cats.
they weren't bobcats. They have tails.
No, them,
Yeah.
not Bob's.
They were
Okay.
not.
Yeah.
No bobs.
No bobs.
So what? Yeah. So these. Yeah. Android software.
Wait, I want to hear more about this cat. Was that the end of the story?
That's all I know. That's all I know about the cat.
I'll Google it later.
Right. Google it.
Acoustic Kitty.
Yeah, Google
That's supposed to be
Acoustic
the operation. It's
Kitty.
supposed to be on
Insane.
WikiLeaks. Yeah, that's
But
crazy, right?
But
No,
what
wait,
you're
I'm
what
sorry.
you're getting at with that is that you're saying that it's just what is that? It's over 50 years now they've been.
That's technology they used to have. Think
Right.
of what the fuck they could have.
They've
or
been
they do
pushing
have
for
now.
it. Well, it's just how long they've been working on it, like spying on everybody.
Spyware, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
well,
dude.
you know, George Orwell's 1984. You know, I mean, this has been long thought out stuff that people have, you know,
Oh, yeah.
What this reminds
conspiracy
me
theories
of is
and
when
stuff.
Leonardo DiCaprio played his role in J. Edgar Hoover, the founder of the CIA. And it's just a great documentary if you guys want to watch that show.
Is it a
think he was
documentary
a-
or is that just a movie?
I think
totally
I mean, is
real.
it like?
It
I
depends
think
on
it
how
was the
loosely
founder.
you
I think
accept
he was the
facts.
founder of the FBI, if I remember correctly.
Leonardo DiCaprio,
Yeah.
In the movie.
Oh, we're on camera
Oh.
so they can see
He never
it.
ages. He's like a vampire.
Benjamin Button, seen it.
Oh yeah. So I mean, how
Same movie,
nuts
yeah.
is what's going on? I mean, that literally that really bothers me, and that's why I took the shot to my wife. I was like, babe, let me see what they can see. Like if I just leave my phone right here next to the bed.
Hey, and now how are you going to trust a cat? I mean, Garfield,
never
Whiskers.
liked
You guys,
cats.
you met
Well,
Whiskers.
so there's another theory that plays into that. I believe Garfield was created by the CIA
Who else loves
to
lasagna that
get
much?
the people in the U.S. accustomed to cats in the home.
That's right.
You know?
Yeah, hey, first it was Egyptians, and now it's us. Like, oh, hang on. You know?
Yeah,
There's a
totally.
conspiracy here for real.
Yeah,
Yeah, they've been on to this for
I'm
a
gonna be
while.
googling that.
I
The
would
link
too.
between cats and the CIA. The CIA is exploiting kittens everywhere.
Yep, dropping them acid.
They're probably the ones that put all those cute kitten videos on YouTube.
Oh, they're cute kitten.
So then you're
videos.
clicking, and
Yeah.
then they're
Oh my
hacking
God.
into
Yeah.
your camera.
And every one of those cats has a mic.
Even the ones that like somersault over the kid gate. That shit's
Hang
hilarious.
on
So
to ceiling
funny.
fans and then just flung across the room, mic'd
Yeah.
up.
I love them.
So, where else do you want to go with this? Because what I'm thinking is like
Donald Trump.
Trump. That's where I
Donald
was going.
Trump.
So,
Donald Trump. So okay, it's been a few days ago now. Donald Trump tweeted out about the Obama administration spying on his campaign and Trump Towers, and then they've gone all the way crazy, batshit crazy about he can't know that, he's not telling the truth, it's a lie, it's this, it's that. Here's the link that I wanted. Here's what ties it all together for me is a few weeks before that one, they said they were going on about how Donald Trump gets advice from Alex Jones, right? So they're going on about Alex Jones being an advisor of Donald Trump, and then here we are a few days later, and WikiLeaks drops this whole entire CIA just covert like spying network.
So, do you think it's possible for them? The president has to know what's going on. no matter who the president is at any given time.
Well, that's the thing is, I think the CIA suppresses a lot of that data.
Well, I
from
think they
what
do too. I mean, because it gives. I think certain people at certain levels don't want to know. It gives them plausible deniability.
Right.
And it's kind of like, what you don't know can't hurt you.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
I'm pretty sure that the tweet was based on the fact that Donald Trump probably knew these leaks were coming, and he got ahead of the game on it. Is what he did.
Yeah.
Now, I'm pretty sure he got ahead of the game on this one. He might be a Twitter idiot, but this guy...
He's a billionaire. He's got friends in high places,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah.
This
You can
guy-
pay him if
He knows what's up, and of course, the government has to say he's lying. They can't admit to it. So
Yeah.
it's the only self-defense you could logically do, and it makes total sense, but it's tricking
Right.
90% of society, and we just believe.
Right.
A lot of people believe Trump's a liar. Government's telling the truth all the time. But
Right, yeah. So that's what
It's
they brought in.
propaganda.
They brought in that Clapter fella from the CIA or whatever, who said, he from the NSA. He lied before in a congressional hearing about whether the NSA was actually spying, and then right after that, they dropped. Edward Snowden dropped the WikiLeaks. So, I mean, the government has a big history of lying. And
And now we're trying to arrest him, right? He had to run away. He had to flee the country. So evidently, if you use your freedom of speech, the government will arrest you as if it's against them.
That's
right.
right.
So
Yeah.
well, here's what I was thinking earlier. So do you think that
Yep.
Trump would pardon him?
Pardon who?
Snowden or Assange or anybody?
So,
I would like to think so.
And
Political suicide.
he
probably.
said no, and he's said before that they're terrorists and that they're traitors and they should be imprisoned and they should have to face music. Donald Trump's held a stance against these guys for a while now, and I don't know if it's just strategic. The dude's 2 steps ahead of everybody all the time, and whenever they when they went on about the him winning the electoral college but not the popular vote. And then he comes back and he says, well, if I was running for the popular vote, I'd have ran a different campaign. It would have been a lot different, and I'd have won that one too. That's balls. That's the truth. Anybody running a different campaign in a different type of
Different
race is going to
strategy.
run a
Yeah.
different strategy. And if this guy completely crushed Hillary Clinton in a game that she already knows, what makes you think that he's not going to crush you in a popular vote? He would have targeted completely different states. This guy's 2 steps ahead of everybody all the time, and it's almost impressive.
At what point does it become balls? Go from being balls and being impressive to being an asshole. You know what I mean? Just an arrogant
Balls and
asshole.
assholes with this
you
guy.
know,
They're close relatives of each other.
they are. It's almost like they live next door to each other.
Yeah, like 3 inches.
It's almost like they're from the same compound. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if this was any
Right.
other thing, compare it to sports,
Right.
I mean, there's a difference between being good and knowing you're good and then being good and rubbing it in everybody's face. Now, if you had a bunch of naysayers that said you couldn't do it, and then you want to rebuttal and be like, look, I did it.
I think
I get that.
I think the CIA has a history of just being like heinous. Like there was a news reporter, Hastings, who he's 33 years old. He's the same age as me. Every single time he got on the microphone, he just ran people through the ringer. Like anytime somebody tried to debate him, he just shut him down. He was really good at what he was doing.
Okay.
He was coming out with some information on the CIA. He was investigating the CIA. There's dash cam footage from a guy's car. He zooms through this intersection, right? He's flying. This Mexican guy standing outside. He no comprende. He no speaking English, but he gives a report, and he's like, "Dude was going like max speed in this car."
And who was this? The reporter?
This is the reporter in his
Mucho
car.
fast.
He just emailed his dad. He just called his dad. He just emailed WikiLeaks attorney. He said he's got information on something, this and that. Now here's the thing: is he was driving, I believe it was a Mercedes, right?
Right.
And shortly after all that, so he crashed into a pole. And the engine flew down the road. That's how hard he hit this pole. This is how hard they were suspecting. There's all these conspiracy theories about it blowing up.
The
and
engine
this and
flew
that.
out of the vehicle.
The engine,
Through it.
yeah.
Vehicle.
Okay, the engine, the transmission, and the drive shaft was down the road in this car.
Not
Wow.
the shaft.
Here's the thing: the CIA has the capabilities to hack vehicles,
Yeah.
control the accelerators, control the brakes.
That's
control
why I drive an
everything.
08 Dodge.
Probably on the nicer ass cars like the Mercedes, though, right? The computerized ones.
They were already computerized
Not my
back then.
'98 F-150.
Right. No. Yeah, and that's what I'm
You're
saying.
safe, bro.
Well, we're getting into an age where if they
Thank
just
God
want to
for being
assassinate
poor
somebody,
and
all
not
they've got to
being able
do
to
is
afford a new
hack the car and run the throttle. I mean, all they got to do is run a Mercedes about 120 or 140 through an intersection. Goodbye, Hastings, man.
Heck
Goodbye,
yeah.
reporter. You know, I mean, they literally have the capabilities.
And you know what? Hey, they're probably even sending little bugged black cats just crossing his path, giving him tons of bad luck, you know? I mean, with their reputation, you know.
Well, there was a news story not too
breaking
long
mirrors
ago about a guy. There was a news story not too long ago about a dude who, a civilian, who hacked an airplane with his iPod. Or iPhone, iPhone. Just
Really?
a simple iPhone, yeah. And then he went and showed it to the airport and tried to apply for a security job there, like to prevent other people from doing that. Anyways, they ended up filing charges on him,
Of
and he got
course.
arrested.
He applied to prison.
Of course.
Absolutely right. Yeah.
Like, can I get in or not?
But I mean,
Like,
so it's
yeah.
it's that
Can y'all dress
simple.
me like a girl and sit me next to Chelsea Manning?
There you go. There you go.
So yeah, let's cap it off with that.
Yeah. So long story short,
This
there's
is-
a lot of shit going down.
Get an iPhone.
What do you
A plane.
project? If you had to guess what was going to happen over the next 2 days?
I
as
have
far
no
as
idea, but I'm so excited.
CIA, because they're obviously not going to dismantle the CIA. They won't. They're too far spread out. They have too many other jobs that are actually important.
And if they told us they did, chances are they're really not.
Exactly. So, anyways, I guess we'll just revisit this here next week and see what
We're just gonna have
happens.
to keep following.
So, stay tuned, folks. We got other shows coming up. We're hoping to drop
Full shows.
full shows.
Yeah,
You
we're
know,
gonna
we'll
get
have a
into full
few.
shows.
We'll have a handful of them on the website, and don't forget to check out our Facebook page and JacobLeslieShow.com, and look us up. Subscribe.
It's coming soon. So yeah.
All right, we'll see you next time.
It's gonna be cold this weekend too, I think, guys.
All right,
Wes, real quick.
that was a different thing.